Want to know how I made this beautiful donuts for my kids' cultural diversity day? Then you are on the right page. Stick around as I carry you through the process. Welcome to this video. Here are the ingredients I used for our donuts. I can't remember the measurements, but I'll put them in the caption. So I have flour in that red bowl. I have sugar in there. I have butter. I have an egg. I have a cup of water, and I have my yeast there that I'll be measuring with my spoon. So those are the ingredients I will transfer into our mixer for mixing. And that's what I'm just doing there. So that's the flour I'm adding into it in no particular order. You add them in no particular order. So that's the flour. After the flour, I think I went in with sugar. Yep, you add your sugar in no particular order, remember, in no particular order. Then I added my yeast. I think that was a tablespoon of yeast, but as I said, I'll leave the measurement in the caption, so do well to read the description notes below. I added my egg. So that's just it. I'm just adding all the ingredients in it. That's the butter going in. I had to put everything so none will be left out. And I added my water and we proceeded to kneading. So I needed for 10 minutes and I got the perfect texture for our donuts. So I'll see you in the next clip. So here I had finished kneading, the mixer had done its thing, so I just transferred on my white chopping board that I had already greased. Emphasis on already greased. If you don't grease your work surface, your dough is going to stick and you will get frustrated. So you need to oil it, and I was just bringing out everything from that bowl because nothing must be wasted. So that was what I was just doing here, ensuring that everything comes out, and I started kneading on my work surface. So everything was out at this point and I just started kneading. Do you see why I say you should put on a grease surface? Can you see how easily the dough is coming off? If you don't grease it, everything will be sticky. Remember, we have kneaded, so it's now stretchy. So you need to oil your work surface and you will get the perfect result. So I was just kneading there and I think I was done here. So I had to start shaping, cutting into shapes, measuring and doing all those good stuff. So on this, my freezer, I have a plate with parchment paper, also known as baking paper. I have my scale. I think I measured each donut to either 45 grams or 50 grams. And that was my tray that I was just dropping everything in once I was done. So I was just shaping, rolling it here and measuring. I think that was not up to the gram I actually wanted, so I had to cut again, add to it, roll again, measure again, and drop into the tray. Just enjoy as you watch what I am doing, and I hope you're learning from it. I will love you if you try this recipe and it comes out nice. You can tag me on it also. I'll sure like to read your comments and see your trials also. So let's go ahead. So I was just rolling in and I was going to measure again to make sure that I had the desired grams I wanted for the donuts. So I finished rolling here, I measured and it was perfecto. So okay, I had to reduce it because it was much. It was more than the desired gram. As I said earlier, I was going for either 45 grams or 50 grams over there. So I measured again and it was just perfect. So I transferred to the tray and enjoyed the next clip. I had finished shaping it here, and I'm just showing you what the end product looked like when I finished shaping. So I had to leave it for like an hour for it to rise. You either leave for 45 to 1 hour to rise, but I left mine for an hour to rise. And this was it before it had risen, and this is it after it had risen. Wait for it. Here are the donuts after it had risen. Can you see how they have like doubled in size and in shape? So you have to leave your donuts to rise. Remember, we use yeast, and yeast is a rising agent, so it has to rise for you to have that perfect donut shape. So let's go ahead and fry. So let's fry. So I started putting the donuts into the oil. You make sure your oil is not too hot. Remember, the dough is raw, and you don't want something to be half done. You don't want a part to be done and another part not done. So your oil shouldn't be too hot when you're frying. You notice I'm putting them in with the parchment paper. Yes, that's so that I'll remove the parchment paper later so that the shape doesn't spoil. That's why I placed it in with the parchment paper. You see, I'm struggling with that one. It was a stubborn donut. So I was just here removing the parchment paper. If you notice, you see how the parchment paper is removing easily. So we had fried a part here, so we're just turning to make sure it comes out golden brown. And this is what we had after. You see how beautiful that color is. Very beautiful, and the donut was very soft also, if I must say. The children really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I made them enjoy their day. And this is the end result of our donut. Can you see how beautiful it looks? Can you see how beautiful it looks? It was very yummy, not too sugary, not too bitter. It was just perfect, perfect texture for the kids. And I said they enjoyed it. So this was the next morning. I allowed it to cool off overnight. This was the next morning. I was just packaging it into this nylon for every one of them to have a bite of it. And that's just it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you're going to try it also, let me read from you in the comment section. I hope you try it and tag me when you do, because this recipe does not fail. Having a mixer is a blessing, because without a mixer, I don't think I would have achieved this. I tried doing it once without a mixer, but it came out well, but it was not as fluffy as this also. And the energy it zaps from you is out of this world. So if you have a mixer, it's a blessing. Do well to invest in one. Try this recipe. Make your kids happy, because resumption is going to be either next week or upper week. So try this recipe out, share it with your loved ones, and let me have your thoughts in the comment section. So I was just here still packaging the donuts and getting ready for the day, because that day was actually the cultural diversity day, and I didn't want to go empty handed. So I just had to do this as my own donation to the school also. So that's just it. And our donuts, we are ready to be served. So this was our donuts when I was done, and everybody that ate it really enjoyed it. Thank you, and God bless you. Bye.